What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming. It is time for some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we'll be looking at a series between Roof and DieStar. We are on the map Shakur's Plateau, DieStar spawning in the lower right-hand spawn location as our pink Terran player. And then over here in the lower left-hand position, we've got Roof as the purple Zerg player. So yes, it is going to be a Terran versus Zerg, DieStar versus Roof, starting things off here on Shakur's Plateau. Right from the get-go, we can see Roof moving out with his Overlord. He will, of course, be heading right to DieStar's base and scouting just along the edge, either checking that mineral patch there to see if any resources have been depleted, or trying to scout the edge of that command center. One way or the other, though, this Overlord scout will be moving in that direction and getting the intel he needs. In addition to that, Roof should be also sending out a drone scout at some point, likely to, of course, move to that upper right-hand spawn location as the Overlord already has the lower right-hand spawn location covered. And we can see DieStar starting out with what you expect, which is coming out with that supply depot at the front. Obviously, you want to get that wall off against your Zerg opponent. And again, in the early game, what we always want to check is the gas timings for a Terran player to see if he's going 1 racks expand or if he's going with a standard build. So around 13 supplies when you would normally see a refinery. If you don't see one around then, chances are pretty strong that it is going to be a 1 racks into expand build. And again, we'll just have to keep an eye on DieStar to see what he decides to do, as we are right now at 13 supply, and he still has yet to get that refinery. So yeah, it does look like it is quite probable that he will be going 1 racks expand, and there it is. Pretty much confirmation as he finishes the wall off with that supply depot, trying to deny any drones from getting scouting inside of his main. And look at that SCV scout moving along the edge. And check out that timing, 220. These are the kind of things you look for, guys, when you're trying to improve. 220 game time on Shakur's Plateau is basically when you want to send a scout to the edge of your base to check for overlords. So if you're playing 1v1 and you've got a Zerg opponent and you are on Shakur's, go ahead and send out your SCV scout at around 220, because if your opponent is in the opposite location there, so if you are lower right and your opponent is lower left, or if you are upper right and your opponent is upper left, whatever, that it will be the timing to actually see that Overlord as he makes his way on over. And again, it's the small little details that it is good to pick up on. Alright, so DieStar just continuing to work his way up. He will, of course, be going 1 racks expand, no question about that at all. First Marine moving to try catch that Overlord, though it does look like the Overlord will be safely out of position. Back over here, SCV scout for DieStar, checking out the main of Roof. Roof has decided to actually go hatch first into pool and extractor. That was his opening of choice, so going for that economic build in going hatch first. Pool just about to pop at the same time. There's that hatchery. We should be seeing 2 queens come out, and there they are. 1 queen at the natural and 1 at the main. Zerglings will also be popping out, just starting with 2 early on, and those will primarily be used to essentially try to stop any scouts from moving out and try to get a little bit of map control. That's what he does plan on doing with that. So there you go. There's the expansion as expected from DieStar. DieStar also coming out with a bunker for some early game defense. He has transitioned into double refinery, and I'm a little interested. This is very early timing for double refinery. He is likely to actually be teching up and not going bio heavy in the early game. So he's probably going straight to a factory and then working his way on up from there. Whether that means higher tech or working up to a starport, I do not know yet, but we will have to see. DieStar now moving up with that SCV secondary scout. Right now he is looking for Roachwarren and or Baneling Nest or Lair. All those things are possible. He wants to basically see the tech choice of Roof, but he did not get much at all, as Roof has not yet teched up. He hasn't made any concrete decisions as of this moment, has just been droning up and sticking with those Zerglings. Overlord scout over here, he will be used for secondary scouting. Most probably, and I'm not sure. Yeah, he knows about that expansion just by spotting that bunker there. But yeah, he'll be used for secondary scouting just to confirm the fact that there is mining going on at that expansion. We also have a Zergling moving across the map, so he'll be scouting the front once more. And there it is. There's the decision. Roachwarren is what's coming out here for Roof. So Roof decided to come out with a Roachwarren early on. And, oh, Baneling's Nest. Oh my gosh, this is very early and unorthodox to get both of these things so early before layer tech. That is implying that Roof will be pushing out with some very strong aggression in the early stages of the game. And how will DieStar be able to defend against that? That is the question. Now, DieStar, we take a look back over here. He is coming out the second racks. He's got 1 factory churning out Hellions at the moment. Both these refineries are still fully saturated. No refineries here at the natural. So open up with some Hellion play off of that reactor and actually coming out with 2 more. So at least opening up with 4 Hellions, if not more. A few Zerglings moving across the map. We got Roaches popping out. Baneling Nest almost finished. And And now is the time, my friends. These two Hellions are managing to catch these Zerglings moving across the map, and this is going to tip DieStar off that something funny is going on. 8 roaches right now in production. So he'll be sitting with 8 roaches as well as all these Zerglings and Banelings. So this is a roach speedling Baneling bust. The Roof is attempting, but how is it going to fare? Hellions catching the Speedlings there, getting a few free shots, and this is not good for Roof at all, as those roaches are so far away, and those Speedlings and Banelings are just awful against those Hellions there. He don't have what is necessary. He does not have the numbers. Banelings did manage to pop there, but oh my gosh, DieStar got rid of almost everything there and only lost 1 Hellion. Losing 1 Hellion and killing as much as he did, that puts him tremendously ahead. And so now Roof is going to be forced to come out with some more Speedlings and more Banelings to try to continue up this planned push here. 18 Speedlings coming out soon. We got lots of Marines in production, another bunker coming up. This is a major problem though for Roof, because Roof lost so much to those Hellions. He got scouted. He didn't have this tower. He should have had the tower. He would have seen the Hellions coming, and he could have responded, but not being positioned properly and having that intel that he needed. The Hellions caught his Speedlings out of position and were able to engage them and take him out. And that, again, was a huge problem that's going to set him back so much, but here comes Roof trying to push forward. Banelings busting all of those bunkers, allowing those roaches to move forward. Now, DieStar has just lost a lot, but there aren't a ton of roaches left. We got a few, one Marauder coming on through, some more Marines and Hellions as well. And the roaches moving on forward, trying to do what they can for damage. He's got a great opportunity to do a lot of damage down here at this mining expansion. But his roaches are getting torn through slowly. This one Marauder going to town, as well as these few Hellions and that 1 Marine. Couple Speedlings moving out to try to engage over here. SCV's moving up to try to help against the few roaches that are left. And Roof has been pushed back here. Let's take a look at how much damage he was able to do. Now, we did a fair amount of damage, but I don't know if it was enough. Speedlings moving up, stopping the creation of that wall. Those Hellions, though, really threatening, and the Speedlings decided to pull back as a result. Now, as we can see, Roof still planning on to continue this aggression. He is preparing to tech up to layer tech, also coming out with another extractor over here, and another extractor there at the natural, actually moving up here with his 2nd expansion. That's where that drone is going to be going. A couple Speedlings continue to dance around. So Roof, that was kind of an all-in. I mean, he did a lot of damage, but he also took a lot of damage as well. I'm not sure how well that's actually going to pay off for him in the long run. We'll have to see. DieStar continue to work his way up. We'll be going Marine heavy. Look at that, 3 reactors there on those racks. And I think he's just going to go Marine Hellion, and we'll be moving out with a counterattack sometime very, very soon. I want to take a quick look at this too. So Roof managed to kill off 16 SCVs, and that's actually going to help him a lot because that did set DieStar behind economically. On the flip side of that same coin, though, keep in mind that the fact that Roof pushed out with such early aggression, you know, as a Zerg player, that means he sacrificed a lot of drones. And if we take a look at the worker count, although he is ahead of drones, you know, it's not the greatest. It really isn't the greatest because he did set himself behind by devoting so much larva to those early game units. So yes, he did kill off a lot of SCVs, but he also lost a lot of mining time as a result, because he could have, instead of pushing out, he could have moved out to a 3rd, and he could have been droning up harder and all sorts of things. Speedlings moving to try to get around and prevent those Hellions from moving around. Banelings popping, but there's still 4 Hellions right now. A couple of Queens moving down to help, and actually, that is actually going to help tremendously. Now again, we do have that third base just about finished, and I don't think DieStar scouted it. Oh yes he did, never mind. Yeah, DieStar's fully aware of what's going on. He scouted out that expansion, so he is going to know to push on it. We've got that Spire coming on through. Again, Zerglings trying to move forward. They're going to try to get us around. A little bit of miss micro there, though, by Roof. And DieStar capitalizing on that and getting those Zerglings out of position again. Lots of damage there with some nice Hellion micro from DieStar. And kind of an unfortunate situation for Roof. And I don't know what he's doing. That is a huge miss micro. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. These Overlords are way out of position. He needs to be careful because we're just going to get a couple Marines popping down there and taking him out. Now he's prepared to deal with mutas right now. The mutas are on their way out. Did he scan for that? Did he check the spy, or is he just making an assumption? Looks like it is just an educated guess. He is preparing for mutas, and mutas are coming. 9 of them about to come out. But with a few missile turrets plus that Marine defense, I don't think those mutas are going to be doing much of anything. No muta defense down here at the natural, so he's going to need to get up a couple turrets over there. Roof finally splitting up these Overlords for fear of losing them, trying to make sure they're not all bunched up together. Here come the mutas right now. Roof really needs to start doing some more damage. I stink. I think he is still behind, and that is in fact the case. In fact, he is significantly behind. And again, look how dangerous those turrets are. Muta's deciding, heck no, I'm not even bothering to engage that. Got 2 turrets getting ready to move on down here, try to protect this engineering bay as well as any refineries once those do eventually come on down. He isn't too concerned about back here yet because he feels like the Marines can cover that well enough. Nice saturation over here for Roof. Roof is continuing to macro up right now as he comes out with that Overlord speed. Macro hatch sitting over here. Lots of upgrades for Roof as well. His air unit's going to be getting a level 1 upgrade. I want to take a quick look at those speedlings. He is actually 0-0, so no upgrades for those speedlings, and he no longer has any roaches in play either. Mutas were prepared to move down, but spotting those 2 turrets, decided to pull back. Another engineering bay getting dropped down, as well as an armory. So all the upgrades over here for DieStar will be sitting right in that position, at least in terms of weapons and armor. Another hatch coming out will be the 4th base here for Roof, as Roof continues to try to macro up and get a strong economy. We want to take a quick look at the income tab. Roof is certainly quite a bit ahead at this time, but that's going to change momentarily as DieStar works to saturate here. This plus mules actually should put DieStar ahead in terms of minerals gathered. So once that gets in full swing, we should be seeing a little bit of a swing there between the two. Tower control going back there to DieStar. DieStar moving his way across the map. No tanks yet, finally making that transition into siege tanks. But at the moment, just sitting at Marine heavy with some Marauders in the mix, as well as Hellions. DieStar needs to be careful with that tank. Mutas might have actually been able to snipe that down, but instead decided to target fire down those Marines. Honestly, I really think that he should have focused on that 1 tank, because as those tank numbers get stronger and stronger, that's where you start to have an issue. Marines you can deal with speedlings and banelings, fair enough. It's when there's a lot of tanks that becomes an issue. So anyways, that is what Roof decided to do. We've got an engagement possibly about to happen. Speedlings moving down, 1 tank sieging up. Just got splashed on 1 Zergling. That is it, though. Nice creep spread over here by Roof. I really like that. He's going to be delaying any expansions from DieStar if DieStar tries to push in that position. But with that said, DieStar can sit pretty comfortably just on 2 bases for quite a while. So I'm not sure how soon he plans on moving out to his 4th. We got double tanks coming out, double medevacs as well. So Marine tank and medevac is what we will be seeing here from DieStar. Very strong composition in this matchup, especially against this Speedling, Baneling, Muta. It's all about unit control and how those engagements actually end up playing out. We're going to have to see. It's basically going to depend on this first large engagement whenever that happens. 1 Speedling moving out, just checking, just doing a little bit of spotting, wants to see the tank line, wants to check where those Marines are, everything like that. Muta's also moving down to try to get some scouting intel. Hive Tech getting ready to pop here for Roof. Yeah, Hive Tech is just about out. He's got obviously that infestation pit as well. That is very necessary to even bother to try to get a hive. 4 infestors coming out. And so again, it's just kind of both players macroing up at this point in the game. Neither one of them engaging quite yet. Bunch of speedlings and banelings over here, and 1 Marine's about to spot all of that. And there it is. Oh, he popped a bunch of banelings on 1 Marine. That was a terrible mistake. I think he took some Muta losses as well. Here the Speedlings and Banelings move on up. We got a bunch of Speedlings there in the natural expansion. All those Banelings moving up over there. Marines stimming the entire group just to try to deal with this small amount of Speedlings over here. Dropping all his depots. Speedlings getting ready to work up into the main base now. Some more economic damage is about to be going down. Do we have any drops or anything? I wonder what he's reacting to. He's pulling back with all the Speedlings over here. I don't think there are any drops. All those Zerglings finally got taken care of. A couple Zerglings over there. Those get dropped. All right, so pretty interesting. I don't know what Roof pulled back to. I think he thought that he was getting dropped on, but I didn't see anything take place. Yeah, I don't see any drops going down right now from DieStar, so I am really not sure what exactly he was doing there. He pulled back with so many Speedlings and Banelings. I don't know. Whatever. Nothing to say about that. I feel like he missed a tremendous opportunity to also hit this expansion while he was moving into that main and the natural, and DieStar pulled everything to deal with that. All right, so we got that big transition right now coming out with the Ultralisk. Also crackling upgrade in the adrenal glands, making those Speedlings that much more effective. We still have a few Mutas, although not a ton, just sitting with 11 right now. He will not be sticking with those Muta numbers either as he makes his way into the Ultra Tech and those cracklings. This is going to be the bulk of his composition, and it's going to be hard-pressed, I think, for DieStar to deal with that. I'm a little bit concerned for DieStar at the moment because this is a big scary push. It will be coming out from Roof very shortly. He's got those Infestors ready as well. It will be dropping some massive fungals, most likely on those Marines, once any engagement does come through. Attempted drop over here. That gets taken care of, though, by the few Mutas that Roof does have, and there you go. Every single single Marine gets taken out. DieStar dropping them down to try to do some damage and at least increase the effectiveness of them before they die. Okay, he spotted those Ultras. That scan is enough intel. He sees the Ultras, so now he knows. Coming out with a lot of Marauders. That is going to be the response, trying to snipe down those Ultras. But is Roof going to hit? Both players are at about supply cap at the moment. DieStar actually repositioning his tank line. He wants to get in a little bit of a better spot against those Ultras. That is a nice spot to sit in. Here it comes right now. Speedlings, Banelings, and Ultras moving forward for Roof. He's got some decent tank spread pushing out here with those Marines, and this choke point's a little scary against that tank damage. Those Ultras that do a lot of damage, though. Nice fun growth going down on those Marines. Ultras still alive. They're getting taken out pretty quickly as those Thors target fire them down, and DieStar cleans house there. Roof has just lost everything. Very, very nice there by DieStar. That was some great positioning, setting up a couple tanks over here, and then one of them situated back here behind these two little trees, or cactuses, whatever they are. It doesn't matter, though. That was nice positioning. Getting those Ultras to funnel in really allowed him to control that battle, and that was absolutely beautiful there by DieStar. DieStar now pushing forward. We'll be sniping out this expansion. Now, we've got some more Speedlings, a lot more Speedlings over here. 7 more Ultras about to pop as well, as Roof works to re-up his army. Keep wanting to check to see if DieStar does have a drop or anything planned, although it doesn't look like that is happening right now. And again, in just one moment, Roof will be recapped. And look at that, he has a 200 supply as opposed to the 164 of DieStar. DieStar's a little bit behind, and this second engagement actually could be really, really scary. Now, let's take a look at upgrades. We're at 1-2 right now. What do you got for Roof? He has just 1-1. Boy, I don't know. Roof really needs to be. There we go. 2-2 just about to pop. Sorry, I didn't take a look at that production tab. With 2-2 just about to pop, this could be the time for him to push. Nice scan, so spotting the army. He knows where everything is coming from. Boy, Marauders in. He's moving forward, trying to take out a few units. Here come the Ultras, trying to move on down as well. But again, a nice spread here from DieStar, going to help him quite a bit. Some fungal growth, rooting some of his bio in place. Ultras moving down, trying to do what they can. More and more micro coming here from the bio, trying to stay away from those Ultras as long as possible. This is not looking that good here. Nice pullback. DieStar, nice defense so far. He's doing all right, I would have to say. Take a look here at the resources lost. Roof is behind yet again. But Roof now pushing on to this expansion. He'll be actually trying to take out that planetary. This is something that DieStar absolutely needs to defend. He's going to move on down, try to intercept reinforcements. Lots of Speedling reinforcements moving down. And the Ultras take out that expansion. Very nice play there by Roof. That is absolutely huge. He's going to start to starve DieStar, and DieStar will be in a very difficult position. If he cannot get up another expansion up and mining, then Roof will take the game due to pure depletion of his resources. Speedlings with the full surround. Ultras finally allowed to move on up. Bio doing what they can, but there it is. DieStar gets overwhelmed and just leaves the game. Great game number 1 here between DieStar and Roof. The nail in the coffin, though, was when Roof managed to take out this expansion, effectively starving DieStar, and at that point forward, there was really nothing DieStar could do. Roof then moved down to take out a bulk of DieStar's army, and after losing that expansion and losing most of his army, DieStar just left the game. Alright guys, it was game number 1 here between DieStar and Roof. We'll be moving on to game 2 in just a moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.